What's going on, everyone? My name is Nicholas Merton here at DataDash, and today is September 27th of 2021. Well, folks, I hope you are having a fantastic day wherever you are. And in today's video, I want to dive into a potential continued rally in the DeFi space as we're really trying to analyze which plays are coming out strong after this recent pullback in the market. And the thing is that we're seeing a lot of key existing plays in the DeFi space start to take over. Could this be the start of a broader trend? That's what I want to talk about in today's video. So let's go ahead and dive straight into it, guys. Now, if we take a look here over the last 7 days, we can start to see that there are a lot of cryptocurrency plays starting to bounce back up throughout the crypto market that have, at least over the last 7 days, started to enter into positive territory. But one that really stands out in the sense of market cap weight for me personally is what I see here with Uni. We just saw over the past couple of days, and as you guys know, I've been a big proponent of the Uniswap protocol over the past year or so here on the channel. Been utilizing Uniswap for a very long period of time. You can see here that just the other day, we had a 23.5% upward move in Uniswap as a token. And whereas the layer ones in the crypto space have been clearly taking charge here, they've been the ones that have been outpacing Bitcoin, that have been really doing well, really over the last couple of months. We can see here, this is one of the biggest leaps we've seen in one of the large plays in the crypto space. And it's something to take note of because it's not just in the sense of price, but in the sense of volume between practically any pair we can watch. And we can see that this started to wipe away almost a month's worth of sell-side pressure down to the downside in USD or Bitcoin terms. And one of the biggest volume breakouts we've had since back here in May when people were buying from the crash, the flash crash level in the sense of price. And we can see this not only in the sense of dollar terms, we can also see it in the sense of BTC terms, right? People accumulating, building more positions here. There's longer term investors, right? Buying in positions at this general range from 5,000 Satoshis down to 4,400 sats. You can see every single time buyers have been buying in here over the past couple months since back in February, which to me signals that someone or a group of investors are accumulating big time at these levels. And they're looking to build a substantial position, which will again set the foundation for prices to generally go higher, not just in dollar terms, but against Bitcoin. And I think that this is not just in the case of Uni. As much as I've got my position in Uni, and I'm always going to be transparent with you guys about that when I talk about coins here on the channel, I want to make something very clear that I think that this is a broader trend in the crypto space. And there's a lot of other plays in DeFi, not just in the Ethereum ecosystem, but in the broad cryptocurrency space that are going to do well. So I want to take a look here at total DeFi dominance in the market. Let's take a look at the weekly chart here. Right, weekly chart here has been holding up quite well. Go ahead and put it on the standard metrics here so we can kind of get a better, clear picture of the trend. Right, DeFi dominance, whereas of course it's definitely not at the head spotlight of the crypto space, being the major focus point of all layer ones in the crypto space outside of maybe a focus on NFTs, is still putting DeFi as a weight of dominance on the market at the threshold of new all-time highs, even further past where we were back here in May. And it looks like, as we see time from time again, when we come back here and revisit the highs, we're going to be setting in new all-time highs at a much more distant level. We're going to add a couple percentage points of dominance. And what I really think is possible with this is that we could actually come up here anywhere from around 8 to 8.5% here over the next coming weeks, in the next 2 to 3 months. I think that's very reasonable, a very reasonable ask going into the close of 2020. And possibly, if we go a little bit further without experiencing an official top somewhere in early 2021. And this again plays into our talks that we've had about increased altcoin dominance abroad. But DeFi really is one of the few solidified trends we know that has fundamental values, actually generates real revenue in this case, in the sense of the protocols for the fees, the protocol fees that these different DeFi protocols generate, and also has real user traffic, real utility in this case, right? So it's no wonder DeFi is back up to this range. But we can see here with dominance, it gives us a good read of where we might be heading. As we can see here very clearly that this level of resistance was holding back DeFi dominance back from the 2017 days all the way here to July of 2020. When we broke through, we had DeFi summer. We really started to see the bulls charge through. And ever since then, we've been setting these higher lows and higher highs as we've been more and more confident being in a bull market. Right? Let's take a look at total DeFi by market capitalization. Right? Sitting around $129, $130 billion in market cap. Right? So what does this compare to? Well, take us back here to May in this case, where we were sitting at a peak valuation. I don't think this was any coincidence, a nice big even level of $150 billion for DeFi tokens. Now we're pressing up quite close to where we were before. We can even take off the logarithmic chart and see that we're just a couple $10 billion away, about $30 billion from those previous all-time highs, and we're setting in a much more substantial higher low than where we were back a couple months ago. Just think, guys, where we were back here in July, DeFi was sitting around a $60 billion market cap at these lows. It had shredded off, in this case, if we were just rough it off, $50 billion, nearly 2/3 of its market cap, a more than 66% reduction in total DeFi market cap. And now we're back at $130 billion. And I think we've got the stage here, we've set the stage for us to continue breaking higher and really start to test up, at the peak of the cycle, somewhere around $1 trillion in this case, or at 10% market dominance by the end of the cycle. But as you all know, if you watch the channel, we're talking about, in this case, January, February 2023, when this 10% figure could come through. So what I'm generally kind of proposing here in this case, and why I think DeFi, not only for myself is a major part of my portfolio, but why it should be a part of everyone's portfolio, is look, you can always try to go nail that next 100x play. You can only focus on small caps, very niche corners of the crypto space. That's perfectly fine. To each their own. I'm not here to derail you guys from doing whatever you want to go do, except for leverage trading. Stay away from that. But what I do want to talk about here is the fact that I think easily somewhere around a 10, if we continue to expand this like dominance channel here, right? Let's just go ahead and do that for simplicity's sake, right? In the short term, we could expect somewhere around an 8% or 8.5% read on dominance. And then we have a slight pullback, right? Coming back down the support channel, maybe at 8% here in the middle of May or a little bit earlier in March, right? But generally, I think this is lining up perfectly towards our thesis here, sometime here going towards anywhere from 10 to 12% for market dominance going into the peak of the altcoin cycle. And I think that it's completely reasonable to expect the DeFi being one of the clear use case categories and really umbrella terms or themes for the crypto space of it owning 10 or 12% of the market. I think that that's a very reasonable ask in the broad sense of things, right? So again, that could really give us, we start to leapfrog higher, a much higher valuation range than where we're sitting at right now. And again, to my point here about the thesis of why DeFi should be a big portion of your portfolio, I'll put it in simple terms. Because if you can get something that is going to generally double, maybe if you're lucky, if you nail the right calls, triple against the performance of Ethereum, and therefore probably 5-10x more than what Bitcoin's going to do in this cycle when we're expecting it to go to 200K, I would take that opportunity. I'm not going out and speculating on too many small cap plays. There's very few exceptions, some that I think have great fundamental potential, some of them that have the momentum, that have the liquidity, the buy side liquidity that I know I need to see in order for something to continue pressing forward. But generally speaking, DeFi here looks like such a clear trend here in this case. When we clear through those highs, it's very likely once we've gotten into bull market mode, as you guys can see as we stepped into 2020, every single time we come back up at these highs, we continue to press up higher. We see more liquidity flowing and more optimism as well as adoption of these protocols. Now there's a couple things I just wanted to showcase here. Again, you can start to see this weighted out in market cap as well. If you divide total DeFi by total market cap, so in this case, you're starting to see here how much in this case the trend is showcasing. We had a big ascending triangle here, back building all the way from 2017 here to June of 2020, which sparked off DeFi summer. And similar to that dominance chart where we're seeing this nice build up here and the weight of the market here. All right. And I think that we've got here maybe even a potential chance as we go up to that 10% here. Maybe we could ask for more and a more optimistic scenario where we break higher, we make support in the previous line of resistance and break out even higher. I'll just go ahead and kind of draw what I mean by this, right? We have the breakout here, come back down, make it support a couple times, and we really have a breakout rally, maybe to 15%, right? And I don't think it's going to happen in this short of a time frame, right? I think we're going well into to 2022 and early 2023. But again, it could take some time. We could see an accumulation. You guys know what we talk about here. We focus on the long-term time frames on the channel. And another one here, just to get another play here that I think is showcasing a technical setup outside of Uni, and I don't currently own any position in Comp token, but Comp has been one that I really think is, again, one of those blue chip DeFi plays that has stood around to the test of time. And along with that as well, since back here at the start of the year, has done a double performance against Bitcoin. And it's really starting to showcase those higher lows here, consistent resistance range, where I think, again, we could start to see a breakout in it. But these are just two example plays. And again, I want to emphasize that I don't want to be a ETH maxi in this case, that there are definitely some interesting plays, probably in the Binance Smart Chain ecosystem, Polygon, Avalanche, whatever network you can think about. There's a ton of emerging layer one plays that not only interest us in the sense of a DeFi investment thesis, in the sense of investing in the core protocols, but also in the variety of DEX plays and layer two plays on top of these different protocols. So anyways, again, guys, I think these are the things we want to watch for here. The technicals are looking really nice here for the price performance. Volume profiles are looking really good. This is definitely something to keep on your radar as we go throughout the cycle. And again, if you're looking for those broad, safe plays that can outpace just holding Ethereum, holding BTC, I think this is going to be one of your best bets, in my personal opinion. And I hope my actions speak louder than just my words, in the sense that I'm very exposed to the DeFi market. And I think that it's going to continue to be a great market, right? You want to always focus on allocating yourself best in this market, not taking too much risk, not alleviating yourself too much risk and taking it too safe, hitting that nice sweet spot so you can really maximize these returns, but also secure your returns in this cycle and not worry about taking too much risk and losing it all in the process. So anyways, guys, I've rambled on enough. If you guys liked this video, consider dropping a like, consider subscribing, hitting the bell icon. And if you guys like this type of research, we're going to be dropping our new version of the Dash Report here in the coming days. So if you guys want, you can sign up for the Dash Report down below in the description. We recommend you guys check that out if you guys like this kind of long-term analysis, the macro analysis in the crypto space. And I want to make sure you guys don't miss on making the more solidified, guaranteed moves in this space, rather than a lot of the risky speculative plays that so many people endlessly promote in crypto. Anyways, rambled on enough. Have a wonderful rest of your day, guys, and I'll see you all in the next one. Take care, everyone.